Hello there, and welcome to our video. Today we will talk about the Flash movie. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched the movie. So let's start our video without a further ado. As the story begins, we see our hero saving the peoples of Central City from a chemical blast with the help of Batman and Wonder Woman. And the next day, the trail of Barry's father for the murder of his wife is to carried out. In a flashback scene, we saw that Barry's mother is making breakfast for young Barry and she forgets to buy the tomato sauce, so she called Barry's father and tell him to buy that thing from the market. When Barry's father came home after buying the sauce, he saw that someone had broke out into Barry's house and stabbed his mother in the stomach. When Barry comes out of his room, he saw that his father is holding his mother and he shouts at Barry to call 911. In the present day, we saw Barry is looking something at his computer in which there is a CCTV footage in which Barry's father is buying a can of tomato sauce at the time of his wife's murder, but the CCTV camera didn't capture the face of Barry's father because the tomato sauce was in the middle shelf and he didn't look up in the camera. This scene is very important for the story. Barry calls his father and they talk about the trail and the CCTV camera footage. This makes Barry very emotional and he ran as fast as he can. Suddenly he realized that he traveled back in time. It's not new for us, because in Justice League we saw that Flash is saving all the members of Justice League by traveling back in time. In fact, he thought that he can only travel back in time for a few minutes. He didn't know that he can travel years back in time. After this, we saw Barry Allen spending time with Iris West, who accidentally gave him a hint about changing something in the past. Flash thought that if he can travel back in the past and put that tomato sauce in the basket of his mother while she was in supermarket, he can prevent the accident that happens later. So he traveled back in time and he puts that freaking sauce in the basket of his mother, hoping that his mother won't die. The plan was successful. Except this creates an alternate timeline, and while Barry is traveling back to his present day, some unknown creature pushes Barry out of the Speed Force and he landed on the day when the lightning strikes Barry. Then he meets young Barry and explains him everything and told him to be ready for the lightning strike. But the young Barry was too scared to get hit by lightning and accidentally the lightning strike the young Barry but through the future Barry, which causes future Barry to lost his powers. Then in a bar they saw a news report in which they are showing that some aliens-like spaceship is hovering around the city. Future Barry know that it is General Zod. He tries to find the Justice League of that timeline, but there is no Justice League. Somehow future Barry comes to know that there is one Batman in their timeline, so they started searching him. And boom, it was Michael Keaton's Batman. The Batman told Barry that there is a Superman in their timeline, but he is captured by Russians in Russia. So they travel to Russia only to find out that there is no Superman, but there is Supergirl. So these four escaped that jail from Russia to the Bat's cave and helped future Barry to get his powers back. And the final act of the movie begins, in which they all fought with General Zod and his army. Their General Zod reveals that he killed Superman when he was in the pod. And while fighting with General Zod, Supergirl and Batman got killed. So both the Flash traveled back in time to save them, only to find out that they can't be saved. But the young Barry won't give up. He continues to travel back in time and tries to save them. But whatever he does, he can't save Supergirl and Batman from dying. Then we saw that nameless creature from the Speed Force attacking future Barry. Then we saw that all the worlds are colliding with each other, and we get a glimpse of our old Superman, the Superman from Superman Returns, and the most shocking reveal, Nicolas Cage as a Superman fighting a giant spider. Suddenly, Flash realizes that he has to get his mother killed in order to save his world from falling apart. But the young Flash was not accepting his decision and keeps on blaming future Barry for ruining his life. And we get to know that the creature from Speed Force was our young Barry. And in order to kill the future Flash, that creature accidentally kills the young Barry, which causes the creature to get deleted from the existence. Then Barry again goes back in time and he takes out that tomato sauce from his mother's basket. Meanwhile, he switched the place of that tomato sauce from the middle shelf to the top shelf, so that when his father buys that, his face got clearly captured in the CCTV footage. Back in the present day, We saw that Barry's father has won the case with the help of Wayne technology. Then we saw that our Bruce Wayne coming out of his car, and then we realized that it was not Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, but it was George Clooney's Batman. And here the movie ends. According to this ending, Ben Affleck may be the Batman of other timeline, and the reality changes because the Flash moved the places of that tomato can. I think that The Flash is a very important movie for DC and it also restores the Snyderverse. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask anything in the comments section. Till then, stay hydrated, stay focused, and stay digital.